back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you the process on my bathroom renovation. I'm in the car. I'm sorry. I've been wanting to edit this video for the longest time. There's people looking at me. What is she doing? So I've been wanting to edit this video for the longest time. We have now completed the renovation by like a month, maybe even more than that, but we definitely started about 2 months ago, maybe 3. I have been doing a little bit of footage on the process. It was not an easy process, but not a difficult process either. I wanted to kind of walk you through how we did it, and of course we didn't do it ourselves. I did hire contractors, which was job number one. I think the most difficult part of this whole renovation was finding the right contractor, and I'm going to talk to you about it throughout the video as I edit. I'll probably just add voiceover, but we'll see. So I'm waiting for my girls. They're doing volleyball. I'm sitting in the car because it is really cold, so I can watch them from here. So I'm gonna be talking to you, editing, showing you some footage, and showing you the process of our bathroom renovation. I do want to say I love how it turned out, so you're gonna see a little bit of the struggles, but at the end it was all worth it. So let's take a look. So as you can see, our bathroom was really old and outdated. We didn't like it anymore. We had probably renovated a lot of the house, but the bathroom was the last piece of it, and we had so many issues finding the right contractor. I was really losing hope. I went through a lot of recommendations. The people that I did like wouldn't meet my timeline, and advice number one will be to get a feel of your contractor. Make sure that you are asking the right questions, and not necessarily about the job itself. Like, I mean, of course, everybody's going to show you beautiful pictures, and then you always want to read the reviews, but also get a feel just by having normal conversation to see how approachable your contractor will be, how moldable if you were to have like changes, because I mean that's something that is gonna come sometimes, making last minute decisions. Good morning, guys. So it is day 2 of the renovation, so I just want to show you an update on what they finished yesterday. So they took out the whole wall here and the bathtub, and so we're going to be switching to, you know, like a standing shower. And then they took out everything here. They're gonna move the connection here. This is where the toilet used to be, and we're gonna move it over to the other side. And so I think for today that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna move the connection, and yeah, so we'll see. I think this was a lot of progress for one day, and I'm excited to see it come together. Okay guys, so it is the end of the second day, and I'm just gonna show you the progress. So today they were mainly doing the plumbing. They were under the house switching the plumbing. So like I said, the toilet used to be here. Now we have the new connection, and you have all the new plumbing going in there. And so yeah, they put some more 2x4s because they need to secure the new tub, and so they're basically securing the structure here of the wall, because as you can see, some of the wood was a little bit rusted. So that's what they did. A lot of new piping. So the next thing they're gonna do is actually replace the whole piping under the house because it's kind of rusted, and so that's what they're gonna do next. Such a sunny day. So yeah, so that is the progress for today. You can see here all of that is ready to go. So it is the end of the next day, and you can see how they have now formed the shower and the shower seat on the side. Okay, so we are here at floor and decor, and we're gonna pick our tile and our flooring. glossy one, and that's the glossy one. So these two. Okay, so let's put them on the floor and send them a picture. Okay, so I think we're going for this one for the bathroom's shower floor, and this one for the shower wall. Okay, so I'm gonna take a picture. Okay, so we're waiting for approvals from the girls.
Yeah, because this is kind of like see-through.
It's the same as the kitchen.
And it's unique, and I've never seen anything like it, and it looks so nice.
Okay, so back to the house. We have some progress. We now have some walls. They also have been working these past few days on doing the floors and adding the connections for the electrical. And so yeah, it's looking great. Okay guys, so today I am in Home Depot, as you can see, selecting toilet. So I was really looking for something like this that has a button. That one looks fine. This one maybe. I'm just gonna get some ideas. I don't think I'm gonna buy it right now. So look at this. I have big decisions ahead. Okay guys, so we are probably at this point 2 weeks into the renovation. As you can see, we have the tile on the floor. We also have the tile for the shower and the wall, and then we decided to do that little open section to add the shampoo and so just a little update here. Yesterday they did this border here and the seat, and then this part, which is so pretty. I love how this is coming out. They patched the wall, so it's, you know, it doesn't look good, but it's coming together. And yeah, so one of the things that I'm gonna do today is go back to the tile store, because we chose that tile and I have it, but I'm kind of changing my mind, and before they install it, I'm just gonna go look at one more option that I saw on the internet. So we'll see. That's what I'm gonna do today. Okay, here we go again. We'll see if I can find what I need. Yeah. Wish me luck again. So I think the one that we have is this one, and the problem is that it's too gray, so I want something more white. And I mean, I still love it. No, this one has too many colors. Let's keep looking. Okay, so after looking at many more options, I like these two tiles. Now, I like the bigger one a little bit more. I think it's going to be a cleaner look when it goes on the wall. So I think that's the one that I'm gonna go for. I am looking here at this other option, kind of put them together to see how they would look. Talk to you a little bit about the tile. After we started looking at the tile on the wall itself, we decided it was too dark for what we were going for, and since this is kind of like a smaller bathroom, we just didn't want something so, I don't know, it felt too heavy and too dark. So last minute on that day, I decided to just go take a second look at other options. We were looking at pictures, and we really like this like marbly effect, marbly look on the wall. So I went for that back to the store, and I found those two choices. Now, one was the grayish smaller tile, and the other one was this really pretty like white marbly tile. Thought that would have probably been better. And so when we go place the order, they didn't have it on that store, and so they said we have it at this other store, so you can go pick it up from there. today. So I decided to do that. I said, okay, you know what, let's go for it. I'll go to that store. And the store was about like 45 minutes away from where I was. So it was quite a journey. I went there. I had the contractors at home waiting because they were ready to place a tile that day, but they were so accommodating. And this is why I said it's so important to work with someone that is going to be understanding for last minute changes like that. And so anyway, I went all the way over there, picked up the tile, drove all the way back home, and as they are getting ready to place the new tile, I realized it did not look anything like the one at the store. So I double checked the code, I double checked the order, and it is exactly the same code. But what happened is what they had on display on the store that I looked at was different from the store that I picked it up from, because it was a different cut, which is something that I didn't really think of when I was choosing the tile. When we did our kitchen, we went and looked at the slabs before we placed the countertops. So that's something that you usually think for kitchens, but not so much for like small little tile. But yeah, so it didn't look anything like we wanted. It was just plain white. It didn't have any of the marble effects, if any, maybe a little bit. And so I went back to the store. I placed a different order. They had to unload everything. It was just a big hassle that day. What I can take from here is always double check your boxes. Like sometimes on the display it looks one way, but then when you open it, because it depends from the batch or the way it was cut, it might look completely different. That was the story behind the tile. I think that was one of the biggest struggle, but at the end I'm happy how it turned out, and here's how it looks. And so it ended up being perfect. Another problem that we had was that tile trim, something that it never crossed my mind. When we changed the tile, we had to change the tile trim as well, because the previous one that we had wasn't long enough to cover the whole tile section on the top, and I'll show you here in a minute. I'm gonna add a clip. And ended up going back to the store to look for that trim piece, which again was another challenge. So I had to go to 2 different stores, and I ended up finding it. But when I found that, I found the perfect mirror. And oh my goodness, I think I've seen this on a hotel room when I went to stay at Disneyland one time, and it had this like touch mirror that you can, you know, light up like a vanity, or it also defreezes the mirror. This steams the mirror after you shower. You know, your mirror is all steamy, but if you press this button, it won't steam like that. So it was perfect. So I saw the mirror and I called my contractor and I said, okay, if I add this mirror, and you know, I think it might need a connection or whatever. He said, bring it, it's fine. And so they ended up opening the wall back up to get that plug so we can install the mirror, because this is one of those mirrors that need to have the wiring system straight into the wall. It doesn't have like a switch because it's just there, and it needs its separate circuit as well. Okay, you guys, I'm having a moment because after so many struggles, we finally got our sink. And oh my goodness, I'm super excited because this has been hard to find, and then the delivery was late and I didn't know if we were gonna make it. This is one of the last pieces that we need. Okay, so bathroom sink, that was another challenge. I wanted to go for this floating sink feel. I know in the past I had that cabinet on the bottom, which we never use, and it's always a mess, and I just can't deal with that. So I wanted my sink bottom to be open and just kind of open up the bathroom a little bit more, and I wanted to go for this floating sink. I'll put a picture here of what I saw on, I don't know if it was Pinterest or somewhere else, but I had the inspiration for it, and so I found the perfect sink to go on top of that piece. So I ordered that. I found it at Amazon, and I ordered, and I definitely wanted to center the design on that sink. So I had my contractor called a carpenter, and he basically custom built that wood piece where the sink was going to sit on, which was again kind of like trial and error, playing with these pieces, measuring how big the sink was, how big that base needed to be. So he built the piece custom made, which was amazing how it ended up looking. And we had the sink base, and when we were ready to put it all together, we realized that the sink that we had ordered, the faucet to go with that sink, was too short. I think that faucet was designed to be on top, like when the sink is here and the faucet goes on top. But for ours, it was a sink bowl which goes on top of the counter, which means the sink faucet needs to go from the bottom all the way around. So it was a challenge. So we had everything and we didn't have that sink. I found this option at Lowe's, which was perfect, and it was literally the only one, but it had like a 4-day delivery time. So on top of that, the sink was delayed. I think it was only delayed for a day, but when you're counting the days, it feels like a really long time. And so this is the day that we finally got the sink and everything was ready to go. So I called the contractor and he came later that day and just installed all of the pieces, and it just ended up looking so good. It was so perfect, exactly how we wanted it. So nice. Perfection. So this is how the bathroom looks like so far. We still need the shower doors, the fixtures, the shelves, the mirror, and the toilet, but it's coming together. Then after we had everything installed, the next challenge was to find the perfect stain for that wood piece. As you saw at the beginning, that wood piece was just like raw wood, and then we wanted to be like a darker wood without being a red wood, if that makes any sense. So we did play around with a lot of stain colors, and we did so many samples. So all of that design part was really, was just really fun to do, because it literally took 2 days to find the perfect stain. The first set that he got, it wasn't really exactly what we wanted, and then he went and got some more. So again, super nice, accommodating. So here is the final look at the bathroom. It's of my bathroom renovation. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think the best advice I can give you is to find the right contractors, not have too many options in terms of like design. Kind of stick with 1 or 2 ideas, because it is quite overwhelming if you know everything at the end is gonna look nice, everything is gonna be beautiful. Just kind of have those main pieces that you are not willing to compromise on, and everything else you can just kind of modify and add and just have fun in the process. I know it can be a little bit stressful. I am so happy with how the bathroom turned out. I think it was worth every little bit of sweat, and I hope that you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.